All right, here's the article right here. If you go to the New York, or if you go to Google and you type in New York Times, pint-size eco-police making parents proud and sometimes crazy, you will get a link to this article eventually. And I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. I have to laugh, okay, because it's just ridiculous, but sometimes Jennifer Ross feels she cannot make a move at home without inviting the scorn of her daughters, 10-year-old Grace and 7-year-old Eliza. The Acura MDX she drives, a flagrant polluter. The bath at night, to help her relax, a wasteful indulgence. The reusable shopping bag she forgot again, tisk tisk. I have very, very environmentally conscious children. All right, and she's embarrassed, it says here, but all right. Why does this relate to the Copenhagen Treaty? And, okay, well, in the wake of all this global warming, man-made global warming paranoia, they're training children to police their parents, okay? And a lot of these children, and I'm going to try to get these articles for future shows, I'm just kind of doing this quick right now, are actually writing their parents. A lot of these kids are writing their parents like fake tickets, like little environmental tickets, okay? And it's not as if it's not bad enough. These parents probably aren't proud of the lifestyle that they have to live when they have kids. They got to get a bigger car, bigger house, or whatever. Now they got to hear about it from their children, and their children basically have no idea what it takes to run a family nowadays. Okay, and so it's about the children being your boss. Okay, which is very Orwellian, but I'm not going to get into that right now. And they are training kids to police us, and that segues into this other article I'm going to show you real quick. This just made my jaw drop. Okay. Scouts trained to fight terrorists and more. This is also the New York Times, so if you go to Google and type in New York Times, Scouts trained to fight terrorists and more, you'll get this article. In Imperial, California, 10 minutes into errant mayhem in this town near the Mexican border, and the gunman, a disgruntled Iraq war veteran, has already taken out 2 people, one slumped in his desk, the other covered in blood on the floor. The responding officers, 8 teenage boys and girls, the youngest, 14, face tripwire, a thin cloud of poisonous gas, and loud shots. Bam, bam, fired from behind a flimsy wall. They move quickly, pellet guns in hand, and masks affixed. United States Border Patrol, put your hands up, screams one in a voice cracking with adolescent determination as the suspect is subdued. So here they're telling you, they're throwing it right in your face, Scouts trained to fight terrorists, and then the very first scenario is a veteran, okay? And you should really consider that, when I first saw this, the first thing I thought of was the Hitler Jugend, the Hitler Youth, okay? And of course they're not going to send them now. They're going to wait till they're 18. But people laughed at the Hitler Youth too until they were about 18 and jumping out of planes with machine guns, and then people were not laughing at them anymore. So they are training Boy Scouts to take on the American people. And with the economy going the way it is, they know there's going to be a lot of disgruntled people, not just disgruntled veterans, but there's going to be a lot of disgruntled people. I mean, they're publicly announcing the death of the dollar, which is killing. They know that kills confidence, so that's actually killing the dollar. Them saying that sends the signal to the rest of the world that they're not even going to try to back up the dollar, and the rest of the world panics, and goes and is, what I mean, like because they're holding a lot of our dollars. And so that I'll get into that more later, because that all relates more to the fake war on terror in this country, and how, like, setting the precedent for this type of stuff. But so here we have, they're training your kids, and then it says environmentally conscious. Okay, I can think of 5 or so real environmental issues or crises that are way more important than this lady taking two hot baths a day or a hot bath at night to relax. Okay, one of which that I think is really important was right on this the Pittsfield Community television was the environmental policeman who was saying that our bats are all dying from white nose syndrome. Okay, there's a real environmental issue to be conscious of that these kids could be studying to be future scientists to eradicate that, but no, they're harassing their parents. What about the plastics that we're now finding in our water supply? All the plastic bottles and everything that have leached into the water, so that your kids are drinking dioxins, which mimic female hormones, and it's feminizing all the fish and feminizing your little boys and ultra feminizing the girls, and nothing about that. What about the bees as well as the bats are dying now? And I'm going to do future shows on this stuff because these are real environmental issues which they don't want you doing anything real. They want to get this big, and then it comes out in light of all this that global, warming is a big hoax, and it was for them to make money, and they can't even prove it. And so we need to be upset about this kind of stuff because they're using this as a reason to train your children to police you, okay, and to write you tickets and write dossiers on you, okay? And so, and if it's all a scam, I mean, I could see if it was real, I've doubted it for a long time, but if I thought it was real, I might say, oh, this sounds kind of reasonable. Oh, yeah, but it's a total scam, and you need to be writing your representatives, and you need to be raising holy heck to send the signal that we do not want to join this Copenhagen Treaty because because we know about ClimateGate, and we know it's all a scam, and the emails are proof of that, and we need to be investigating Al Gore and all these people who are set to make money off the whole cap and trade thing that they cooked up, and we don't want to be a part of any treaty that's going to transfer our wealth to third world countries for some climate that we owe when man-made global warming is just a hoax.